What is up, you sexy beast? I am back and I am very excited about it. Do you notice something different? Again? If you know me, I just can't keep things the same, so just rearrange it a little bit. I wanted to sit behind the desk and see how that feels, talk to you guys this way, so just change things around just a little bit, just a little bit to keep it fresh. Hey, I've been away the last 3 days, hence there's been no videos, so I'm sorry and I've missed you. But I'm back and there's quite a few things that have happened in the CrossFit space over the last week. So I want to chat about those today. One is the last chance qualifier workouts. There's been 4 workouts released, so we'll talk about those. Have a quick chat about Wykie, Gerard, and then also touch on the affiliate programming that CrossFit is bringing out. But yesterday, the little workout, first workout in like 5 days. So it felt a little bit rusty, but did a little clean complex, which was a power clean, then a squat clean, and then 2 front squats. Did 5 sets of that and just worked my way up from 80 kgs all the way up to 110 kgs. Then the little 10-minute AMRAP of 12 chest to bar pull-ups, 10 lateral burpees over the bar, and 8 power cleans at 70 kg. So not gonna lie, it felt rough, but it kind of blew out all the cobwebs. Young Saxon Panchik here, just pushing the torque tank at the Granite Games. By the way, Saxon and his wife Taylor had 2 babies earlier this month, twin girls. So not sure what their names are, but congratulations to Saxon and Taylor. And then also Pat and Michelle. I actually congratulated Pat and Michelle like 3 videos ago, but somehow I accidentally cut that piece out of the video when I edited it. So massive congratulations to Pat and Michelle on their little boy Owen. Tell you what, some fit ass babies are being born in the CrossFit community. Okay, let's look at these last chance qualifier online events. Now it's hard to know whether the 4 events that have been released are going to be the only events. It doesn't really clarify. It says here on the release post, 4 events have been released and invitations have been sent to athletes from each semi-final. So the way that reads, 4 events have been released. I don't know if that means that's it, or are we going to see more? I would hope to see we're going to see maybe 2 more workouts. It is a 3-day competition, so the 2nd through to the 4th. So there's 3 days, so I imagine there'll be 2 workouts a day. That's what I would think. But regardless, let's look at the 4 workouts that have been released. These workouts aren't anything too special or too extravagant, but I think all things considered, with some of these athletes only just competing at the West Coast Classic like a weekend or 2 ago, and also all of these athletes potentially having to compete at the games in like 2 weeks, you definitely don't want to have a test that's going to be absolutely devastating to these athletes' bodies. So I imagine some of that thinking went into it when they created these workouts. The first event is a couplet of rowing and alternating dumbbell hang snatch. Now I just read the standards and thank God the athletes can alternate, can switch the arms on the dumbbell wherever they like. So there's no requirement to do it under the eyes. They can just switch, as soon as the rep's called as a good rep, they can then switch arms whenever they want. So I think that is a great call. Looking at this workout here, it's going to come down to how hard you can row. No one's going to break the dumbbell hang snatches, and if you do, you're not going to win this workout. So it's going to come down to the row for sure. Now the second workout, 3 rep max deadlift. I'm so excited to see what people can lift for 3, and we'll see a new standard here. So athletes not only can but have to release their hands at the bottom of the deadlift. So they've got 3 seconds to then regrip and start the next rep. And at first I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? Like, what are the gray areas here? What can go wrong? You always think, what can go wrong with these standards? How can people, try and ride that gray area? And are we going to see issues with the standard? But then I thought about the alternative. The alternative is to tap and go the 3 reps. And I think with tap and go deadlifts, there's a lot more room for gray area with people bouncing the bar off the ground than there is with people having to count out 3 seconds. Everyone can look at a clock and look at 3 seconds. So I think that is a much better standard where athletes have to release their hands and then do the next rep within 3 seconds. So it's gonna be a great event to see what kind of weight these athletes can pull for 3 reps. They have to also lower the bar, they can't drop it. You guys know I've always been a big fan of eccentric loading and actually lowering the bars down. I have to do it in the backyard here for noise reasons, but I do love that standard where the bar has to be lifted and lowered down in a controlled fashion. Event 3, 100 burpees to a target. Now this could seem like a bit of a silly workout for athletes of this caliber and this level, but honestly 12 inches is no joke to jump to. It changes the burpee significantly, especially compared to how most of these athletes will probably train the burpee. I don't imagine many of them will be training to touch a target and to jump that high. Often you're just jumping over the bar or you're just getting your feet off the ground. So I reckon that 12-inch jump is going to take some of these athletes by surprise. And then event number 4, it's probably the sexiest event. It's a triplet of double unders, squat cleans, and legless rope climbs. The weight's not overly heavy, and those number of double unders is not that significant for most of these athletes. So I reckon this workout's going to come down to the legless rope climbs, no doubt. Who's most proficient at those? Who can go up, come down, and not rest too long before going up for the next rep, especially being fatigued after the dubbies and the cleans. And those are the only workouts that have been released so far, so I'm not sure if that is it or whether we'll see more. I'm hoping we'll see a couple more. Now, I'm not going to make any predictions on who's going to go through, but one man that did is a Brian Friend. Now, Brian he's the Einstein of CrossFit, I would say. If you're not familiar with Brian Friend, he is the guy who was on the Savant podcast alongside him. He's a co-host of the Savant podcast. And Brian just geeks out on the stats. He knows more than anyone I know in the sport about each athlete and their stats and their history. So if anyone is going to make some predictions that you can take seriously, it is Brian. So let's have a look at Brian's predictions for the last chance qualifier. On the men's side here, he's got Alexandra Caron and James Newbury. Come on, Brian, my man, choosing James Newbury, that makes me very happy. He's got them two as the qualifiers, and you can look at the rest of the list there as to where he feels everyone else is going to be placed from there. And then on the ladies' side, he's got Christy Aramo O'Connell and Emma Tall. I think those are two great picks on the ladies' side. So again, you can pause the video if you want to have a look at some of these names down the list, but that's Brian's predictions. And like I said, if anyone's going to make some fairly accurate predictions, it is Brian. I always get a real mixed response when I mention the name Wykie Gerard on this channels. The man has some loyal followers and some real haters. So there's real separation when it comes to the old Wykie Gerard audience. But hey, I get some great views on this channel when I mention him. But regardless of how you feel about Wykie, it is an interesting story. It's the highest profile kind of drug ban in the sport, and someone who's coming back in October this year. So his ban expires in October this year, and I saw that Wykie was doing the West Coast Classic events. He had the TV on while the events were going, and he was doing it live with them. I think that's something he does fairly regularly when there's events on, that he would set himself up and compete alongside the TV. And in the past, Wykie would release his results with these tests. I was chatting to Wykie on Instagram about this recently, and he was just saying that he doesn't feel like he has to show the world his results anymore. He can just do it and be content knowing where he stacks up without making it public. So anyway, Wykie's ban comes to an end in October this year, but I guess we won't see him compete until the Open next year. So it's still a little while away. And the last topic I wanted to talk about today, because I know a lot of you guys either own boxes or are coaches at boxes, and that is the CrossFit affiliate programming that has been announced. So CrossFit have partnered or have acquired a programming company called HAM, the HAM Plan. And the HAM Plan is run by 3 CrossFit legends, really. Amazing athletes in their own right, but also level 1, level 2 staff. And so these boys have a lot of legitimacy behind them. And that is Spencer Hendel, Austin Maliello, I can never say Austin's surname, Austin Maliello, and James Hobart. So these 3 legends have partnered with CrossFit, or have, I guess, sold their company to CrossFit, I believe. And I'm now going to be the ones creating programming, session plans, videos for the official CrossFit affiliate programming. Now, at first, when I saw the announcement, I thought it's going to be a free offering to the affiliates, but it seems like it's only going to be free until the end of this year, so that affiliates can try it out, see if they like it, compare it to maybe some other programming options that are out there, or their own programming, and then make a decision whether they want to continue purchasing the programming 2022 and onwards. So I'm not sure what the price point will be like, but I do really like the idea of CrossFit gyms around the world following the same programming. I think it will enrich the community in a sense that if I have a friend over in South Africa or over in the States that follow the CrossFit programming, and so does my gym, we can now compare results, and it kind of just brings another level of that community vibe. As someone who ran a business providing programming to CrossFit affiliates for about 7 years, I know that whenever a new programming option came on the market, it really challenged us and inspired us to do even better and to show that our product still stands up as being the best. And so I think for all the other programming companies out there, you kind of have two options, right? You can either be paralyzed by the fear that CrossFit's programming and offering is going to just demolish your business and take all your clients, or you can kind of stand up to the challenge and go, you know what, we're going to prove that our offering is as good, if not better. And if it's not, improve your service. So hopefully it will just mean that all the offerings on the market will just increase in quality because they'll be forced to. If you are a CrossFit affiliate owner or a coach at a gym, I highly recommend you jump on Armin Hammer's channel and watch his video on this topic. He expands on it quite broadly, and he's got quite a unique insight and view on this. So in fact, I'll link Armin's video in the description and on the end screen of this video, as well as the video from CrossFit talking through this new programming for affiliates. So go and check those out if you're interested, and let me know what you think. Oh, I'm lacking to... I can't get a loud one this morning. Anyway, Tribe, I hope you're doing fantastically well. What do you think of the new setup? What do you think of the last chance qualifier workouts? And what do you think of the affiliate programming coming out through CrossFit? Lots of things to discuss down in the comments. Please get involved. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Now the camera's too far away to do the kiss thing. Ooh-ah! See you later.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me.